What is going on, everyone? It's the Platform Sports Talk Show. Your boy Smooth. Yes, I am all alone this week, but we're going to have a good show. I have a great show in store for you. But when it's about sports, it becomes our business, and business is picking up a little bit. A little bit. How y'all doing on this Wednesday afternoon? A couple days ago, it was like 100 degrees outside. Then yesterday, it wants to rain a little bit. Today, it's 70 degrees. Gotta love that Midwest weather right there for you. But at the end of the day, just glad to be alive and well, man. So we here. This is a big show, man. Me and this guest that I have on the show tonight. I had to rep the V, man. You know how I do it. Class of 2000. Y'all can see it real good. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. For everyone watching on Facebook, make sure y'all start a watch party right now. Share with all your peoples. Tag them. Let them know it's going to be an epic show. If you're on Twitter, like and retweet. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, click on that bell, because anytime we go live like we are right now, you will be notified. So, once again, we here. A whole lot is going on, more so outside of the sports world. We're slowly trying to get things together. We should go ahead and start off with the round table before I bring on special guests. So, the NBA looks like it could be back by the end of July. Let me know your thoughts on things coming back. Looks like they're gonna be in Orlando. Nice little place being Disney World. Smoke, I see you. We gotta get you on the show in person very soon. I see you, Sean Wilson. But yeah, like I say, NBA possibly coming back maybe in July. I just saw some news recently that a few NBA players weren't too sure about coming back. But what are y'all thoughts on the NBA possibly coming back with maybe 22 teams, the teams with the best records of those 22 teams? Not going to be about East versus West. It's going to be just the best 22 teams that'll be playing for the rest of the season and then going to the playoffs. What are your thoughts on that right now? Get everything together here. See how y'all doing. There we go. I see y'all on YouTube. Shouts out to y'all. Share, keep it going. So we got that. What are your thoughts on the NBA going back to Disney World and resuming the season? Then this has been a nice little topic that we had a while back when it was myself, T-Bone, I believe, Sadal, and then Stan. We had to talk about during the time they're talking about paying players in college sports. And T-Bone brought up about HBCUs and how they could possibly benefit. Mikey Williams, who I believe is the class of 2021, excellent player. Well, he's going to be a top prospect by the time he goes to college, if he decides to go. That's a whole other question right there. But he's talking about going to a HBCU. How big of a game changer would that be if he decides to go to an HBCU? That can definitely change the game. If you haven't heard Zion Williamson, they've been trying to do a little investigation with him and Duke, him taking improper benefits, no surprise, and find out that he had some interesting conversations with some agents, family getting taken care of, Duke doing some things, and Coach K, for the most part, has kept things pretty clean, or he didn't get caught. Could this be the time that Coach K has finally met his match? Let me know your thoughts on that. Don't be shy to go ahead and leave your comments and everything. We want to know how y'all feel. Make sure y'all check y'all out everywhere. There we go. But a whole lot going on outside of playing sports. But news still going on. Also today, NASCAR has decided to remove anything considering the Confederate flag. Looks like that movement is really going down. Black Lives Matter. We're definitely getting to that later on throughout this show as well. What are your thoughts on NASCAR taking that big step? What are your thoughts on the quietness of Jerry Jones? He hasn't said anything about Black Lives Matter. Very interesting. Richard Sherman says it's time for you to say something. You've been quiet, Jerry. Normally, he's one of the ones who's always out there trying to make some noise. He has not said anything. So Cowboy fans, talk to y'all owner, Jerry Jones. He's been too quiet. What's going on with that? Then that's pretty much it, man. That's the round table in a nutshell. Throughout the show, give me your thoughts. If you have any kind of comments, questions throughout the show, please go ahead and leave them so we can go ahead and conversate between myself and my next guest. Before you heard of Indomitian Sue, I'm gonna say it now. Before Sue, it was this dude right here. I met him, and he'll explain his story very soon. And when I say legend on the football field, this dude would throw cats from one end of the end zone to the other end. He had people scared. But something that a lot of people may not have known uh, outside of seeing him on the field is that he's generally a great person. And I was able to find that out personally through my times knowing him in high school. He ended up being a coach for maybe a year or two at Trinity High School. Got a championship trophy. His son's playing ball. He came back to the V to coach again, and we'll get his story and more very soon. But without any further ado, everyone, let's show some love to our special guest, Mr. Dwight Whitfield Jr., better known as DJ. What's going on, brother?
What's the word, my man? How you been?
Good to see you, man.
Same here.
Man, been a long time. Last time I seen you, I believe it was at the Vashon basketball game. I think they was playing.
Who were they playing?
That Winter Classic. Was that it?
Winter Classic.
Yeah.
Whitney Young?
Yeah.
Whitney
Yeah.
Young, yeah.
That was a great game.
Good game.
Great game.
Boys came up.
That was, I believe, like my second or third.
I think it was your third because I remember I saw you 2 games before. You said that was your first time back in a while.
Right. Yeah.
I forgot who they was playing, but that was the first time we saw each other in a while.
I think that game I saw you, they were playing Career Academy. I mean, yeah, because my boy Jason Betts, Coach Adriel Betts.
Yep, that's who it was.
Yeah,
sure right, yeah.
He was the reason why I actually went to the V to check out that game. Because I want to, not outside of course my school, but I want to really support him.
Right.
Because I've been long time friends with him.
Okay.
But yeah, man. So how you been doing?
Man, I've been living life. I can't complain. I ain't, just taking it one day at a time, man, trying to survive. I can't complain.
Good, man. Very good. Once again, if y'all have comments, questions, anything y'all want to bring onto the table, let me know. Let's get these things going. Let's see here. Let me do something real quick. Want to make sure I get everything in so I can see these comments rolling in. Give me one moment, everybody. All right, here we go. Make sure my Twitter peoples is tuned in as well. I know y'all got some questions. I know y'all ain't seen this dude. If you ain't been to a Vashon game or some football games around the city, you may not have seen him in a long time. So y'all go ahead and get y'all questions in. Gregory Cannon says, "Because let's go."
I'm here. Let's go.
Let's get it, man. So let's go ahead and well, real quick, before I continue on in regards to your story, the reason why I said people may not know, like the side I know, is that there was a time where I was trying to get a ride, going to school,
right.
And you coming in, sometimes the whole big shot thing is, you do your own thing, whatever,
right.
But no, you actually reached out, what I'm saying? You was there for me and you held me down before I got my car.
Right.
Every morning you came through and on time and everything.
Yeah, and everything. I think me and you, when I came in, it was during basketball season, our sophomore year, but we had a bond in the classroom for the college prep. We was the only 2 athletes in the whole program.
Mm-hmm.
So, we was considered outcasts back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that you was different from everybody else as far as we connected. So, it's a brother. It's a brother that needs a ride or whatever you needed that for. So if I can lend a hand, why not? Because I felt you'd have done the same for me.
Yeah.
So then when I found out we played basketball, it made it even better. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that about you. You made varsity as a sophomore.
Yeah.
Just you and Joe Sheldon. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, let me see.
End of your freshman year, right?
I was going to say, because I played, and shouts out to Coach Russell Orange, man.
Yeah, Coach Orange.
Man, he would always be right there, man, because he saw the potential. We hit it off. He was definitely one of those cool guys who had fun. He's competitive, had that little funky left
Right
shot.
there, hook from half court. He probably still get that more than that.
Man, but just him having me on his team. I remember with Nas Pruitt.
Yeah, nah, that's okay.
Just had a nice little squad going, and I think my last game for the B team was against VAP,
Against Val, okay.
and then that's when Floyd got at Russell like, hey,
I need him.
we got to get him
Yeah.
get him on varsity. So that was pretty cool to be recognized.
Yeah.
And then correct me if I'm wrong, but you came from Country Day.
Yeah,
Is that
from
correct?
ICDS Country Day.
Okay.
Same thing, yes, sir.
So before we get into that, let's go all the way back to when you were a little kid. When did you decide? Excuse me. When did you decide you wanted to go ahead and play sports? When did you find your love for sports?
Probably when I was about 5, 4. My father watching the Celtics and the Lakers. He's a big Celtics fan. So watching the Celtics and
Shouts
the Bills.
out to him as well.
Yes. Hey, pops, moms, I know y'all watching. But he was always a Celtics fan and a Bills fan. So the 80s and 90s, they was playing a lot of, they was playing in the playoffs or whatever. And he's a Cardinals fan. So we just grew up, man. Dodgeball, court, bucket, everything was always revolved around sports. He played softball. That was our weekend. So everything we did revolved around sports. So that was really my love for it. And growing up, him and my mom was actually our baseball coaches. So that's where you get my love for baseball.
Yeah, shouts out to the parents, man.
Yeah.
They were so cool as well.
Yeah, so
so receiving of me.
Yeah.
So, did you play like at Herbert Hoover, Magic Digby?
Come on, man.
Uh-oh.
Herbert Hoover kid,
Uh-oh.
everything off green.
Oh.
Everything. We had a saying when our coach would get in there, we off green. We come up off green,
Yeah.
So we took pride in the whole North St. Louis, thing.
Yeah.
So, I grew up playing at Herbert Hoover. Then I went on to Rock Church for a year, then to the V. But I
Okay.
only played football maybe 1 year, literally, because back then,
Really?
the weight limit. You couldn't go up an age.
Wow.
And so I played 1 year. And, I'm like, man, I'm not finna keep losing this weight. I see y'all in high school. So it was just baseball and basketball growing up. And then when I got to high school, the rest was stories. But, yeah, Herbert Hoover, Coach James Cooper, shout out to him. Me and his son, which ended up being my college roommate at Michigan State. How stuff worked out. But, yeah, I played for Coach Cooper down there. Then I played 1 year at Rock Church with Randall Kerr, Coach K, Mike Tyler, all them guys. And, that's where it started. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Just the love for the game.
So during your time at Herbert Hoover, what position did they have you play?
Well, back then I've always been a big guy, so they're going to put me on the line. But I was always fast, so I get maybe one fullback and some other linebacker. But, the team I was on, still to this day, we never lost from the time we was 6 to the time they was 15. But I left and went to Rock Church that year, and I made the weight. They let me play fullback and linebacker. You know what I'm saying? But, I played fullback, linebacker, but mostly offensive guard and defensive tackle.
I played at Magic Dickey.
Okay.
So
Come on. Yeah,
the
you
Bulldogs, we came in but you probably wouldn't have never thought it, but I was a tight end.
Right. Who'd you play
And I played. It's been so long ago, I forgot the name. I ain't gonna lie. It was you talking about like 8 years old. So
okay. Yeah,
long time ago. My mom got the picture of the crib, man. You'd be like, hey, not looking for it.
Shout out to mom.
I was number 80.
Okay.
But I was a tight end, and then on defense, I was defensive end.
Okay.
So they asked, I used to get hella sacks.
Right.
And they used to call me oh God, what was the name they used to call me back then? Like the announcer, he would say something free or something like that. But the time that when I played football, I wanted to keep on playing, but it was this one particular play that happened, or play that did not happen.
Okay.
So they called this play in which they finally ran a play for me.
Okay.
I pretty much was going to like screen and then just go up the middle. I should be wide open for the play. They call the play. Hike. I do my little thing, whatever, and I shoot out to the middle of the field, wide open, right? And of all the plays to happen in which the quarterback never got sacked, he got sacked.
So that just kills a little confidence on.
Killed my confidence. I'm like, are you serious?
So let me ask you this: did you ever think about it once you got to high school?
I did. I thought about it. Like, should I go ahead and play? But I think at that time I was playing so much more basketball and baseball that I kind of left football in the back burner.
I don't know if you remember me asking you one day when I was like, man, won't you come on out and play some
So,
quarterback?
so
Cornerback, something.
what's crazy is that I always had a good foot.
Right.
So I actually came out a couple of days and kicked the football and was doing field goals,
Right,
and
right,
I was getting right in the uprights.
Right, right.
So the coach was interested. I think it was Coach Ferd.
Right.
He was very interested at that time.
But you just went.
I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I had that mentality. I'm always doing this and that.
Yeah.
I was pretty busy. I'm like, is football really my thing now? Did I really pass it up? I feel like I would have been too late to the game trying to,
Right.
I think it was already like my sophomore, junior year already. So it was like I was already too deep into it because by the time you came to Vashon, I was already like a junior. Sophomore.
We was a sophomore, but it
Yeah.
been junior for football.
Exactly.
You're right.
So it's kind of like I was already,
right.
too invested into everything else. I didn't really take it seriously. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and in this end, at the time you have Andre Tucker.
Yeah.
He was QBing doing this thing.
Shout out to Jay.
Before then you had Johnny Cooper. Then you had AB on a Brit doing this thing. So we had a lot of talent, man.
We had some talent.
A lot of talent.
Yeah, we had some talent. And I think we had a lot more talent just at the school that didn't even play. Now looking back and coaching the game and the athletes and the ability certain people had that we didn't know about.
Hey, that is so true. Let me just want to make sure I don't miss any of these comments here. Okay, let me be good to go. Everyone's tuning in, so I appreciate that. Let's see. Let me go over here and make sure. Okay, there it is. We got some comments here. Let's go ahead and run it down. Shouts out to Miss Williams. We got Travis Triplett. Remember him?
Oh, that's my guy.
He said big fella.
Big Trip.
Junior dog. Now me and Travis played.
See,
yes.
with Damon.
Yeah.
We was junior dog. My mama was the coach. Mom and
Right.
Dre, Jesse. All us.
And then Travis Triplett just said replay them, and then the Mighty Ramblers. Yep.
Sterling Finley, the coach. I know you know Sterling. They coached at Cardinal. He coached football now at Carteret. He played with us as a junior dog. So, it's a lot of people still around coaching sports from that era, but them Corey League days, a lot of people don't know about that, man. There was some good baseball play.
Man, we had fun, and rest in peace to Travis Triplett's dad, man.
Yeah, man.
Great guy. Great
Yeah,
guy.
Good guy.
Once again, everyone, thanks for tuning in to the Platform Sports Talk Show. Your boy Smooth, doing things solo with my boy
Already.
DJ.
20 years in the making.
20 years in the making. It's crazy, man. We talked about it before the show. 20 years out of high school. You got gray hair up top. I got it on the bottom.
Hey,
it's crazy.
Somebody told me today, once you go gray, that means you made it.
You made it.
And
especially through these times.
No, seriously.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to really be, just say thank you.
You do.
You
just
have
think
to.
of all the stuff we went through. Going to high school where we did, just the different atmospheres and stuff that was going on to where now we have to worry about the stuff that's going on with the police and stuff,
And see, my story is crazy because I came from a Christian school, a private Christian school in which pretty much one floor was our whole school. Like we didn't have no four floors or different classes. No, we just had one main floor and a small little gym. So imagine me leaving from a Christian school, population probably like 500 people,
right?
And then going to the high school of high schools.
Oh, I get it. I went from Ascension, which right where we used to stay. Remember Northwood?
Yeah. Oh yeah, right there.
To Country Day to the V.
Yeah. So you talking about a whole different culture shock,
It was.
And I tell this story all the time. My very first day when I went to the V, I was leaving the cafeteria. I think it was on the fourth floor.
Yeah.
And it was like all these ladies that was sitting by the steps, like right in the way. And one of the ladies, I guess, had her notebook, like right in the middle of the pathway. And I tried to like step over it. I grazed just a little bit. And she just rose up. You trying to hit my note? I'm like, oh, it's the first day. I'm like, it's the first day here. Well, oh my God.
That's funny. I can see it though.
I'm like, man, I'm like, my bad. Let me go ahead and go before I get shot.
Hey, you know what's funny to me? My first story, who was, I don't remember who it was, but somebody said, "Why you walking around with that book bag all day?"
Like who does
Like,
that?
I come from country day. You got 8, 9 hours worth of homework. Like, why you walking around with that book bag all day,
Man.
man?
Hey,
But you know what? I tell people, I went to MICDS and I was grateful for the experiences and the people I met. And I went to the V and I wouldn't change nothing in the world because it prepares you for life.
yeah,
You know, Miss Lovegood, Floyd, everybody, Coach Arms, me, everybody prepared us for life. Whoever your
man,
person was that took to you, they prepared you for real life.
man. Shouts out to Miss Michelle Grant.
Yeah, yeah, Miss. Oh man, she just passed not too long
Yeah,
ago. Right?
yeah,
She told my mom,
yeah.
her,
Mine too.
and what was our history? Was it Miss Jordan?
You said history.
No, what the goal her was down across by the Spanish room.
Oh,
Was it Miss Jordan? Used to get all the
golly.
basketball game. I think it was Miss Jordan.
I forgot. I forgot because you said Spanish. I'm thinking about Mr. Hagan.
Yeah, it was across
Right.
the hall from
Yeah.
Mr. Hayden,
Wow.
Mr. Hyder. We had some good people
Yeah,
there.
we
You know what I'm
did.
saying?
We did. Shouts out to Mr. Northway. He the one who put me on game for soccer.
Oh, for
It's
real,
just-
Mr.
yeah,
North
he
was
put me
good.
on
Miss
game.
Thomas, baby boy.
Cause before he reached out to me, I had no idea that we had a soccer team. Because you just heard baseball.
Right.
I mean, you heard pretty much basketball and football.
Yeah,
Baseball, you know, was pretty
Yeah.
obvious.
but yeah, you wouldn't.
But
think of
soccer, I'm like, we have a soccer team, and then we actually was pretty
That was
good.
decent, I remember
Yeah,
that,
you know,
yeah.
we won second behind I think Sodan because they got
Yeah.
all them international
Yeah.
students. Like every guy on that team was speaking different languages, so you know they were good.
Yeah, they was. I remember that because I remember coming to the game. I also remember how we changed the culture in baseball. I was telling somebody about that. How when we beat RTC, we was the first team in what was it, 15 years to win the PHL besides RTC.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we had some groundbreaking moments down there, man.
yeah, man, we definitely changed the game.
Cisco, we was doing
Yep.
that before it was even heard of. And
Yep.
we knew what we knew now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We
It's
leaving
crazy,
high
ain't
school
it?
half a day to go work on computer systems and stuff, but we didn't take heed to it.
No,
Well, I didn't. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, I mean, I took it serious because that helped me to get my major to be computer networking at that
Okay,
time
gotcha.
when I went to Harris Stowe. So, but yeah, I mean, it was times that we coach played around, but it was some fun times though.
Yeah.
And like I said, groundbreaking stuff. How did it feel when we were told that we were going to be the class to open up the new building, and things got pushed back because of issues with the city and whatever else?
It really kind of messed me up.
It did.
Personally, because I don't know if you remember, I think it was me and Essence, we got to go down there and we got to be on a committee when they designed a new school. And you think you're going to remember we was at the little dirt thing, you like, dang, we get to be a part of this and then we get to bring in the new V.
Right.
And when it didn't, it was kind of hurting, but it's like what they tell me now, the V on Grand but shine on Cass. So we got history, you know what I'm saying? We still love it, but that's the saying they say now, you know what I'm saying?
Travis says, "Love y'all, man. Salute. Love to see us grinding."
Man, appreciate
And
you tuning
hey,
in.
he's doing big things in Texas. He has his own mobile car wash detailing company. So people out there in the South, holler at Travis Tripp. Get at him, man. He doing this thing. They be steaming them vehicles.
Yeah,
and
with the little portable
Yeah.
stand washer, yeah.
doing the thing, man.
Shout out to Tripp, my boy, old lineman.
Doing the damn thing. Let me see.
Parkway South. Parkway South in K-State.
Kenny Thompson, remember him?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, that was Miss Jordan.
Yeah, Miss Jordan. Okay. What up, Kenny?
Yep.
Baseball.
Yep. Let's see here. Make sure we have any other comments here. All these there you go. Let me see who we got on YouTube. Gregory, we got Whip84. It says, "I see you, big fella. Whip, let me know your name so I can go, so he can know who you are if he doesn't know already." Gregory Cannon says, "This bloodline over here different."
Yeah, we got a couple athletes in that family. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I always recall you, Dre Neighbors, AB, all y'all Palm Block.
The same to this day, man. The same guy, Jesse, Dre, AB. We still talk frequently, man. Actually, AB, the reason I got into coaching.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, my mom them always did their thing, but man, come out here and help me with these kids, man. Hell, I'm like, AB, I ain't got time for that, man. I'm doing this. Woo. Them kids ain't trying to listen to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Man, went out there one day. My little cousin, Glenn Valentine, who's a senior right now at Cardinal Ritter, that was a senior this year, he was on the team. Some old kids, and I just took a liking to it. And next year I came out like I'm here. And ever since then, I ain't looked back.
That's it. Stephen Ross says take over for life.
Yeah, that was our little league name at Hoover. Takeover.
Nice.
Team Takeover. We had the
Nice.
Future, which was Corey Patterson and Boone,
Okay.
which Corey's up at University of Illinois now. He's a
Okay.
tight end coach. He was the first coach at Trinity.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But he played on my little league team with Coach Cooper at Hoover. That's how far we go back. But they had the Future, and we was up under them. We was Takeover. Then right up under us, what was oh my God, I can't. Will and them team. Shanks Will, Anthony Blue took over. Wow, Luther that's at Cardinal Ritter now. He was on that team. So that was our little movement. We had 3 teams back to back. You know what I mean? But yeah. So Takeover. That was our motto, man. You know what I'm saying?
So with you bringing up how you grew up with so many guys who are now coaches, how does it feel seeing your fellow former classmates or friend, longtime childhood friends doing what they're doing now?
Man, it feels good because a lot of them come from up under. We got a lot of kids that went to Vashon, up under coach, and they say what they want about him. But if you look around here, it's a lot of kids that was at school with him that's out here teaching kids.
Right.
So he had to do something right. Then I had a lot of guys. I played with Pee Wee Leonard in the summer, so you got Brandon Gilmore, Central Stuff. A lot of guys, you know what I'm saying, that I know we was taught right, and we're going to take it to that next level. Because I tell people all the time, we've always had talent here, but we really so much didn't know the ins and out and the techniques of the game. And people ask me what I mean. When we played Little League, all we did was 6 inches and ran hills, even at the V. And that's not a knock on them, but that's all we knew. But you get us going off to school and saying it's deeper than this.
Right.
Is you got to talk football or play football. So we bring this back to kids at 6, 7 years old. I got a perfect example for you. My coach, Coach James Cooper, him and Boone them had the same age kids. They bringing the cones out. We doing all this type of stuff at 6 or 7. That ain't football. This is the old school coaches though. By the time they get 10, you can't compete with them because you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he recognized, I'm gonna give you these kids and drop back down. We evolved the game. They told us we couldn't go 5 wide at 6 years old. Little Jimmy, our second time around, we had Jimmy McKinney's son and my son's little brother. We was 6 years old. We was going 5 rides. We had a game where the little Jimmy threw for maybe 300 at 6 years old.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying? These true stories.
Woo.
So to see the game evolution, from when we were there, man, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Let me see. Make sure see if we have any more comments here. 1 second. Once again, this is the Platform Sports Talk Show. Your boy Smooth doing things solo tonight. Got our special guest, DJ Dwight Whitfield Jr. Great show. Going reminiscing. Just enjoying our time, man. There we go. Sean Spoke says, big fella, what's up in regards to maybe Travis Triplett, or it could be you. And Andre Tucker says, beast with the laugh.
There you go. Jay, what up, my quarterback? How you be, man?
Beast with the laugh. You got to get him on the show, too, man. I'm about to work on that, man. So, Dre, get ready, man. We got you. So, outside of, for people who don't know, outside of me and other people from the V, but what all sports did you play while at the V?
I played baseball, basketball, and football. I had probably 2 weeks of track. I figured that one for me. I'm trying to throw the discus.
Right.
Taylor talking about run. This ain't for me, man.
You got the wrong guy.
Yeah, nah, Holmes. I can't do that one.
I thought about doing track too, but I didn't care about how that.
Yeah, I can't run just to run.
Yeah.
But baseball, basketball, and football, and me and you played basketball and baseball together, which was good. And with me with football, it was just funny because you hear the whispers, you can't do this, you can't do that.
Right.
Nobody never told me what I couldn't do. So you know what I mean. But
so the time that you came from Country Day over to the V, looks like to me you were already like getting the buzz.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, Fred. When I got to the when I got to Country Day, my freshman year, I got moved up maybe 5 games through the season. First day of camp, mind you, I haven't played football since I was 10. First day of freshman camp, I hit 2 kids, they moved me up to JV.
Woo.
5th game of the season, they moved me to varsity. I'm the first kid in 10 years to play varsity at Country Day as a freshman. So I was getting a buzz amongst the ABC League and Country Day. Before as recruitment, I'm going to be honest with you, Dixon made that happen. That was all Dixon, Mitch, and Ferg. I can't take none. All Dixon told me, if you keep these grades and do what you can do, I'll handle the rest. That was Dixon. Country Day, I was getting Ivy League. Your Columbia's Brown. It really wasn't. Nebraska was only in Missouri, the only male I ever got. Before as them coming to meet me, that was Dixon and Ferguson, man. I tell people all the time, if it wasn't for Sylvester Dixon, it wouldn't be no sack master for us football. He did his job on that. And when I was at Trinity, we played against Sumner. Him and Coach Parker was over there. That was one of the best moments for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was Dixon, bro.
How many honors did you get from playing for the V?
Far as what, like
all state player of the year, all that. I'm sure you had them coming.
Well, I had all Metro, all state. I didn't get defensive player of the year, and I'm still mad at that. They gave that to Daryl Lee.
You sound like Jordan.
I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? I felt I should have got it, but who am I? Me and Daryl joke about that, but they gave it to Daryl Lee, who ended up going to Florida. He was decent, but all state, all Metro. PHL defensive player of the year, Northside Journal defensive player of the year. I made Earl Austin defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? Tom Lehman All American, Street and Smith. That was before you had the Under Armour and all that. They just did the top 300 players, I think. I made that. I was thinking with like number 15 D tackle in the nation, like number 2 in the Midwest, number 1 in Missouri. So, I was pretty much accomplished. State championship at Country Day. I ain't gonna forget to throw that in there.
Yeah.
One at Vashon in basketball. We should have had one in baseball.
So I'm glad you brought that up in regards to the basketball team, because wasn't that the one that was stripped? Because of so how did that make you feel? Because now, for people who don't know, like I said, I did play, but then my mom pretty much got fed up of how I wasn't getting the playing time that we felt and others felt that I deserved, and she was like, you know what, after that Normandy tournament,
I remember.
You know what, for it, it's it.
I say, dang, you ain't no practice. Like, nah, cool.
That's it.
Hurt my heart.
That was it. But then that's the same year.
Yeah.
Or was it the very next year?
We lost to the Smith that year.
Right,
Bob
but the very next
21
year.
in the first half.
But the very next year, senior year,
we won that.
Y'all won. But then to find out that it got stripped.
Yeah, they took that one. I think was it 2000 through 2003. I mean, I still feel I won because we did. You know what I'm saying? But, you get your jokes and everybody joking. Like I tell them, no violations don't make up for 30 points. We was beating everybody by 27. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, my best friend, LaShawn Buchanan, that goes to Wellston. I remember Christmas term, we only beat them by 9, and he was like, oh, man, I say, and Joe saw him, he said, we beat everybody else by 30 after that. Yeah. And he looked it up, he said, he didn't lie. So we know what it was, but, it was something to get a coach. They felt they tried for so many years now. Whatever the allegations was, I didn't understand because the players that they listed, I think, was like Jimmy. And highest, or whoever it was, I don't want to say his name if I'm wrong, but I think it was him. But his whole neighborhood go to Vashon, so how is he illegal? That's what I didn't understand. It wasn't like it was a rezoning. We had half of that neighborhood that went to the V. So you telling me they did that just for him?
Man, it was those whispers.
No, it was just it is what it is.
It's a reason why he's winning so much, stuff like that. So
exactly.
Let's dig in and find out
what's going on. You're knocking the Smiths, the CBCs, who's putting out all these All-Americans, but you can't beat Coach Irons. The state championship still ran through Grand.
Yep. Grand and Bell.
Grand and Bell. We're going to take it down 70 and get off on Grand and no disrespect, drive past Beaumont, blow the horn, then we're going to go to the V. That was the route. Am I lying?
Hey,
that was the
true.
route.
It's
and
true.
Right now, some of my best friends went to Beaumont, and then that's funny. But that's how it was.
Too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's how it was. We got to ride back because it was the rivalry that him and Bird created amongst themselves that I don't think it was more so us, but it was like a 90s rivalry, how it was in the PHL back in the 90s when everybody was competitive. You know what I'm saying? But, there was some times. Beaumont had a good team. Like I tell people, they just had to face us.
Right.
Honestly, if they'd went somewhere else, they might have made it to state.
Great team, wrong time.
Yeah, that's all it was. I tell Brian all the time, just like his team at St. Mary when they kept facing the V.
Right.
Like, Uri was great. He only beat him once, but Uri's a heck of a player.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You put them anywhere else, they go to state.
Yep.
So they put us there so we knock each other off.
So we spoke about a little bit of playing basketball. What was your experience playing with Floyd Irons?
I mean, honestly, it was good. I didn't have not one bad time. Only time, I'm going to say this, I grew up probably like you, a big Vashon fan.
Yeah, because
So
my whole family
exactly,
pretty much
just like mine.
the
You
V.
know, Slim. So my whole family, all my aunties, uncle, everybody graduated from the V. So I always just wanted to play basketball for Vashawn. I never thought I was gonna be a football player. I thought I was gonna play for the V and go to Kansas like Sean Thompson. As a kid, just being honest.
Yeah.
So when I get down there and I'm like, damn, I'm actually playing for Coach. It was a dream come true. Until he left me in the hotel in Chicago my junior year, my senior year. I'm like, hold on, man, what you? But we joke about it to this day, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was the best, best experience of my life because I always just wanted to put on that Vashawn uniform, and I felt he kind of felt that too because in certain times of the game, even though I wouldn't have scored this, we had talent. I'd be in the game at the end.
The Bruiser.
Yeah, because the bruiser, like you say, I'm gonna get a rebound, foul, whatever it is to win, because I want to win.
And I will say that it felt like we were rock stars too.
Oh man, come on,
dude. I mean, we had gear. Other teams couldn't even have more than one outfit. We had gear for traveling, airplane.
We had practice shoes, man.
Right. I mean, nice shoes.
Don't do nothing but practice in there.
We had shoes to travel in, shoes just to go to the bathroom in.
T-shirts, sweatsuits, man, all that, man. Like it was kind of bigger. It felt like they should have did a documentary on us back then. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely got special treatments, and then especially like our senior year. I know you wasn't around, but that was the evolution of when Nelly was blowing up.
Right.
So Nelly come to the game.
Dude,
we got in the video.
I hated that. I was like, man, so if I was on that team, I probably would be on that card.
So that just took it to a whole nother man. That was crazy. We 17 years old.
Yeah.
And we hanging with them.
Yeah.
And so when I go to college, they got shows in East Lansing. Murph and Keywan hitting me up. But, hey, you got passes for you coming.
That's tight.
So, then TJ Duckett ended up signing with Vocal. So, like, I ended up bumping back into him. Like, it was crazy. Like I tell people, I had more fun and did most from 17 probably to 24 than most people have never done.
Yeah, and then just going back to playing for the V, like I said, names on the wall, doing the flights. That was the road trip. Like almost every weekend, we was in someone else's state,
out of town, having fun.
It was crazy,
and it was like you leave Thursday, come back Monday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was fun, and we was flying in Nebraska, and man, that was a good time. Chicago, yeah, we had fun, man.
We had fun. Is there anything that you wish you would have done differently or taken more seriously while at the V?
At the V? No, because honestly, I think everything, maybe I couldn't have took for granted that all the scholarships and stuff I was getting. Mm-hmm. But as far as the V, I don't really think I never did nothing wrong there because they got me so ready for life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Well, when we was in the classroom, like, we handled our business.
Right.
Now, Koenig might have been harder on us. We had to do a little more, but guess what me and you did? We went to the library for extra 2 hours.
Sure did.
So we did all that.
Mr.
But,
Koenig.
It was just, it wasn't that. Like, everything at the V, I wouldn't change nothing.
Let me see. We have a couple of comments here. Wait a minute. All right, so Andre Tucker says in regards to Coach Floyd Irons, great coach and father figure. Oh, I'm sorry. Dixon.
Oh.
He's saying great coach and father figure. So Coach Dixon.
No doubt.
Sarita Kirk. What's up with you, Sarita? Long time no see, no hear. She says, y'all so dope. But y'all need to have a sit down with TK. Who's TK? Mm-hmm. Who is TK? Sarita. Sarita, let me know.
Tabitha?
It's in Melissa Rice. What's up, Melissa? Says exactly, Sarita. Sean Wilson says one of the best players I've ever played with, hands down. Melissa says great interview, guys, but I'm definitely with the interview with TK. I'm trying to see who is TK. And then so let me know who TK is so we can make this happen. We gotta figure this out here. Got me wondering. Let me see here. Well, thanks for showing love, y'all. Y'all checking us out, man, on the platform Sports Talk Show. Make sure y'all follow us on Facebook right here. And then also on YouTube, it's the platform Sports Talk Show. Instagram, platform Sports Talk. And then at Twitter at 314 Sports Talk. And then, okay, she was talking about a lady. She's Rita Kirk saying all of us ladies.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Well, holla at me. Make this happen because next week I got someone who's going to rap for the ladies as well. So definitely stay tuned.
Tune in for that.
Definitely stay tuned to that. So Make sure I get everything. Talk about the title being stripped. Like you said before, you and I, scholar athletes. Do you feel that the guys' football team and basketball team wise should have taken their to take things more seriously in school? Because I feel like the Joe Sheldon's a great player, but if he would have put more into what you and I was doing, it
Yeah.
could have been more. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no doubt.
The Lorenzo Gordons
Yeah.
at the time. I know
Right.
he was on MTV and whatever else
Yeah.
doing his
But
thing.
what's crazy, out of eye, when we were there, he's probably the most decorated basketball player of our era.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I think anytime that you don't want to educate yourself further or get better, you know, it's something that's gonna strain your mind. It's a downfall once you get older. You know what I'm saying? For as Joe, man, Joe may be the best player I ever seen under 5'11". Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like he can do it all. But I don't think his mindset was into going to school all the time. He just wanted to play basketball. Like that's what Joe wanted to do.
And then it goes back to what you said earlier is that we had so many people in our school, even in the city, so talented that could go places
Yeah.
if they would have thought more outside of just, well, basketball is everything.
And you know what, Fred? And this might, I don't know how you're going to feel this going to mess you up. I think you have the Dwight Whitfields and Joe Sheldon, so now we can have the Jason Tatums and Brad Bills and Sheldon Richardsons. They done heard somewhere down the line how we didn't do this or do that and didn't make it. And then they might not know why, but this is going to open them up to we got to do this.
I don't want to take this same
Man,
route.
guess what? Guess what a man told me? Even when I was in Pine Bluff, worst shape of my life, I was still killing cats, though. Don't get it twisted. Coach Willie Davis played 18 years in the league. He said, Whitfield, why not wait till you get there to party, man? Like, you living like you an NFL player now.
Yeah, like you already
But
made
I'm
it.
23 now. Somebody would have sat me down and had this talk to me on some honesty stuff when I was 18. I might have listened. But I got people, we 18, like you said, we went to state, people giving us bottles of Moet. They, you know what I'm saying? When they hang people giving you money, you the man, you the man. So you get to school, you with 80 people, that's the man. So how can you take to, you play when I tell you? But in my mind, I'm better than these guys. Realest thing happened to me, Coach Bobby Williams from Sumner. My head coach at the time set me down. He said, son, let me tell you something. How many players you think I'm going to get like you out of Vashon? What you mean, Coach? I'm going to get a Dwight Whitfield every 8 to 10 years. South Florida, I'm going to get one of them every other year.
Right.
You can be here. He here. But we going to work him in because we can get 8 of them in the next 10 years.
Oh, now I know what TK is. Melissa, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Nah. TK.
That's funny.
So that would be a very interesting show if we had the Thick Click on the platform Sports Talk Show.
That's funny.
Like I said, stay tuned for our show next week as well, ladies. She says she has a son heading over to the Smet.
Okay, yeah,
So-
my son will be a senior there this year.
That's what's up. And so the Smet, that was the same school, unfortunately, where Jazz.
Yeah, my little cousin.
Yeah. So
Shout out to Solo, his daddy, John John. My big cousin.
that's what's
And I don't know if you know, his mom is actually Spain's sister.
I know she goes to our church.
Oh, okay, small world.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she works at my job.
Oh, okay.
So even-
That's
even
is
smaller.
Love. That's love is love.
I was like, wait a minute. Did I see you at church? Because I didn't know that she was at my job. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so
Small world.
it's crazy. But yeah, definitely gotta see about TK. TK, are you with me?
You funny.
Let me go over to YouTube. Gregory Cannon says, ask if Lil Cuz Greg the best athlete to come out the family.
Negative. You ain't got no state championships. You ain't got nothing, but you did average 20 and 18. I give you that. But nah, man, that's between me and Derek Dillwork Jr., man.
That's what's up. Let me see here. Any more comments? Let's see. Kenny Thompson says the best pick I have ever seen came from the big fella. We had shoes and track suits for days. Coach had a room full of shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely true.
facts.
Let me see. Make sure we ain't got nothing else here. Stephen Ross earlier says next generation after
That was the team with Luther, the kid that's at Cardinal, now Luther Burton Jr., the wide receiver.
Okay.
They was the next generation. That was the name of that team. But that was our love, the future. take over next generation.
Got you, got you, got you. Once again, thanks for tuning in, y'all. The Platform Sports Talk Show. This goes down every Wednesday, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Normally, it's yours truly, along with B. Baker and Stan. But they y'all taking care of business. So right now, I'm shooting the breeze with the most feared, most dominant high school football player I know, Dwight Whitfield, man. Dwight Whitfield Jr. I see Danielle Dorsey. What up, Dorsey?
That Dorsey, what Norval used to say. Every day when the clockwork, man.
Oh, man.
Norval used to crack me up with that one, boy.
Smoke, in which we had him on the show a few months ago. It was via phone.
Okay.
So we got to have him in person. But he says, DJ, you were supposed to be a first-round draft pick back then.
Yeah, that's why we're going to have about 5 or 6 that I done taught. They going to make it, man, so everybody can need it. It is what it is.
Hey, make up for lost time, right?
Yeah, man, I got a lot of kids that's in college. Mookie Cooper be a freshman at Ohio State. Martez Pointer, he be at Toledo. Jalen St. John, Arkansas. Nico Smith, from all the kids for Trinity, man. They coached them since they were 6, 7, you know. I'm missing a couple. Linnell Clark going to West Virginia. It's a list of them. But, you know, man, all I can do is pass my knowledge and tell them what not to do.
Right.
And that's all I ever do to them.
Experience is the best teacher, man.
Hey, I'll be honest with everybody. You know what I'm saying? For your Marcus Washington, that's at Texas. We got Isaiah Williams, Illinois, Shamon Cooper. Like, all these kids I done seen play JFL, and they was at Trinity. So it was a blessing for me to be a part of it. We had 3 All-Americans from one school, from Trinity. It's
crazy.
At one time.
And what's crazy is that, like, prior to y'all winning, and then prior to my sister, Teresa, shouts out to her, she had her son go there. I didn't really know anything about Trinity.
Rosary. That's the old Rosary.
Really?
When Desmond Jelks used to score all the points.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the old Rosary. They changed it to Trinity Camp.
Got you. I had no
Right
idea.
down
I'm like,
Redmond,
who's
yeah.
Trinity? Also, all of a sudden, y'all just winning and doing the whole nine. So, now, senior year, you like you said, Coach Ferg, Dixon, Mitch, all of them held you down recruiting, and you went to
Michigan State.
Tell us about that time in Michigan State.
Best and worst time of my life.
Please elaborate, if you don't mind.
Well, I mean, okay, you got to think. My freshman year, the basketball team just come off winning the national championship. So you got Mateen Cleaves, Mo Pete, Jason Richardson. So they getting all the attention from that. Football team just beat Florida in the Citrus Bowl. Plexico Birds, you know, they had about 12 draft picks. So we get up there. You got all these NFL, NBA players. They millionaires. Oh man, what, you need a couple dollars? You know, they giving you money. But I came in with Charles Rogers, RP, my best friend. I don't know if you know who that is, but
the name sounds familiar.
He was the first overall pick for the Lions.
Yeah,
he just died on my birthday
yeah.
this year. Yeah, my boy died, and Zach Randolph now. So we had some high recruits that went pro early. So the atmosphere was, you know, you got TJ Duckett, people just with money, man. They taking care of you, so you thinking this is the norm. Then reality hit like...
Who was the head coach? I'm sorry.
Bobby Williams.
Okay.
Went to Sumner. He's at Oregon now. He was at Alabama for a while with Nick Saban. But remember, Nick Saban recruited me there. The night I committed to Michigan State, Nick Saban called me from LSU, tried to get a visit, offered me a scholarship.
Wow.
I was already sold on Michigan State, though. It just felt home. So, you know, I went there and I was kind of bucking the system, I ain't going to lie, because I'm the sack master now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but on the field... they weren't that much better than me. So it was hard for me to accept what these people asking me to do. You know what I mean? But, you know, I did that. So why I ended up leaving Michigan State, coming into my sophomore year, which was my redshirt freshman year, I ended up playing 3 games, but I still got a red shirt. I was stated to start. We have a scheme from the academic counselor where it's like 50 players ineligible because the classes we took. Supposed to take 75% of your core during the year, 25 during the season. We don't pick our classes. I took 74 and 26. I'm ruled ineligible. It's me. I think was it Zach Randolph, Marcus Taylor now, but they went to the league. They can go to the league, other football players league. So they tell me just go to JUCO down here at Lansing Community College, pay for it, and we'll reinstate you with your scholarship. I'm mad. I'm pissed off. You know, I want to talk to Coach Williams. We from St. Louis. My parents wouldn't talk to me, so I just left. I just was like, I'm gone. My mom and them like, come back home.
Man, I'm tell you, when I heard that you were going to Michigan State, I was looking forward to tuning in on ESPN and being able to see you do
Man,
your thing, man.
right,
I was
right,
looking
right.
forward to it. And I'm like, what happened? You know?
Like, man, we played Marshall my freshman year. I got in the guy I hit Byron Leftwich.
Wow.
And that's when I knew, I hit him, but it really didn't do it. I'm like, man, this dude's 6'5", 280 though.
Right.
But I'm out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to go from that to you come into camp as a red shirt, where as a sophomore, one on the depth chart, coach said, I need you to go to the back. And I don't know if you ever seen college meeting rooms. You got desks as first string, sit up front, second string. I'm first string all summer. He's like, you need to go back fifth seat. I'm like, what's going on?
Whoa.
Go to practice. After practice, they break the news. Yeah, y'all guys academically ineligible. Coach, I passed with her, but you didn't take this many percentage of such and such, such. And the guy ended up leaving Michigan State. He resigned leave when he got hired at Washington. All us, we lose a year of eligibility. You lose your scholarship. So if I stay and go to Michigan State, I got to pay. My parents don't got that type of money. So I come home. I already got college credit hours. I go to Forest Park, and then I had my son. So, come back with my son at Southwest Missouri State. They like, man, we got a full offer for you right now. But we going to get you some help. I go up there. We going to get you some help to pay. I went there. I ain't really like it. Went to Pine Bluff, and I was just like, you know what? I'd rather just try this life thing.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So then I still had people. I had a shot after Pine Bluff. I really wasn't into it. I had a shot. I made a couple draft boards. But I went. I got a trial with the Birds. I went in no shape. The man Lovey told me to my face, you get in shape, you probably can play. But I had lost the love for the game by then.
Wow.
I'm 24, 25. You know what I'm saying? I'm just living life party. You know what I'm saying? That's life. So they ask me what happened. I tell them life.
So do you feel that the success from being on Vashon winning basketball team maybe affected your future judgment on things?
I mean, if I said no, I'd be lying. I wouldn't even say so much Vashon. It's just the persona that was created in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? It was bigger than
being
Vashon.
right. Basically everyone knew your name.
Yeah. And like I say, from blowing up with Nelly, and now people are like, dang, y'all the dudes in the video. You went to that school. Oh, that's you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a combination of all that. But I believe that God has a plan for all of us. And I believe if I'd have made it, I'd have blew all that money free. You know what I'm saying? Just the mindset I was in.
Yeah, and I totally believe that is the reason why, God puts us in a situation or not
Right.
in a spot, because he sees something that we may mess it up.
Yeah, I mean, that, and I've been saying it to people like, oh, man, you tripping. You just, man. I say, man, the man did it for a reason.
Yeah.
And to see how I connect with kids and how they connect with me, that was the reason. Like, I never coached high school football. Them kids called me like, Coach, we ain't got no D-line coach. Come on out here. Man, I don't know nothing about high school. Good friend of mine, Donald Cabin, cornerback coach at Chaminade. Jason Wells out of U City. Shout out to Coach Wells. He might be watching. But we sit and talk football. They like, bro, you know football. If you know football, you know football. I'm thinking it's a difference because this high school. I done coached Little League. They said, but you played at one of the highest levels. You know the game. And once I got that, it was easy. And it took for Coach Catlin to tell me we was playing Ray now. Ray Merriweather.
Yeah.
You remember our baseball
Oh,
coach.
yeah.
Ray been a long time Dickey coach. Shout out to Ray. He the head of Dickey now. Shout out to Ray.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think someone else told me that before too.
Yeah, Ray running things. So they had a true unlimited team. We took a light team to unlimited. They had low, so we on the goal line. It's 3rd and 1. You know what I'm saying? They on the 1 yard line. I called the timeout so calm. My coach said, "Man, you handled that so calm." He like, I was ready to play for you. After that moment, I knew I had something, but it was just something that was in me as being an athlete.
Yeah.
You fearless when you out there. You know what I'm saying? It's a game.
Right.
The real stuff happen after the game. When we go home, we can be in an accident. Anything can happen. Out here, we having fun. There's nothing you can do to me, and you ain't going to hit me harder, or you ain't going to outthink me as a coach, so
Right.
we going to dominate you, and that's how I had my players.
So you said earlier that On a Brick got you into coaching. How
AB.
did that happen?
Well, AB was coaching 2 years with me. He started off with Matt Cody, helping out Matt Cody, another Vashon alumni. And he ended up getting his own team. And like I said, my little cousin, Glenn Valentine, the third, shout out to Cuz, he was a senior at Cardinal Ritter this year. He was on the team, so I went to one practice, went to the game. AB said, just come out next year, man. They was 0-8. We come out there next year, we win 11-0. Won the Super Bowl. But we was all 6 playing against 6 and 7-year-olds. Everybody else was 7. So we took our lumps and learned. I said, we got something. We put it together. So we had me, Arnold Brick, Donald Catlin, Stephen Ross, Teron, Coach 7, and Jarvis Neighbors. I don't know if you know Jarvis younger, but he was a quarterback at the V2.
Okay.
That's Dirty little brother and AB cousin.
Gotcha.
Like my little cousin. You know what I'm saying? So, man, that was the crew. And we ran them from 6 all the way to 14. Then everybody, majority of them went to Trinity. And we all took it there together. You know what I mean? So, it's a nice little family atmosphere, man.
So how did it feel when you like that picture that you that I had for the promo when y'all won state, man? Just tell me how that felt
Honestly,
for you.
man, that was one of the best feelings ever. It was against another black team, another black coach, which was Coach Brandon Gregory, Sterling Finley, and them guys at Corner Ritter. We grew up playing against each other. And there was so much talk during the week. You know, they was undefeated. You know, we lost 2 games. We played Colquitt County. I don't know if you know who they is. They in Georgia. They was ranked in the nation. But remember the old MTV football show when the guy from Hoover, Alabama?
Yeah.
Russ Prosper. He's down at Colquitt now. He's been there for 10 years.
Okay.
We lost to them 44-14. Then we lost to Eastside in that triple overtime. I don't know if you know about that. They beat us at triple overtime on a score that I thought was a knee, but you know, who am I?
He said,
I'm
"Who
gonna
am
keep
I?"
it funky, you know what I'm
So
saying?
now, so was that the same year that they had the LeBron James produced special?
89 block. No, we played them the year after that.
Okay.
The kids now, which is T Mako, their quarterback, he'll be a senior, they were sophomores.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they beat us, I think, 39-38 in double overtime. So we 0-2. So everybody counted us, y'all got all this talent. You know, we went through, we had parents down to coaches, but we pulled together as coaches and players, and we got tight as ever, man. And we ran off we ended up 11-2. We ran off 9 in a row. But we had adversity. You know what I'm saying? We had to go down to Southern Boom. Them people put manure on our sidelines, man. Wet the field down to neutralize our speed. This is literally on our side smell like nothing but manure. You know what I'm saying? They wet the sidelines. It didn't rain or nothing that time. Then try to soak it up with manure. So all you smelling is manure. You know what I'm saying? They was cheating us, everything, calling stuff back. Them boys pulled together. I say y'all won state tonight. Corner Ritter beating everybody by 60. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the anticipation of that game felt like us and Eastside back in the day at the Classic. And so when we won that, man, it felt good, man, because them kids worked hard and they went to state their sophomore year and lost. So people tell them what they can't do. Y'all ain't this, y'all ain't that. And, you know, they bucked the systems because you got to think we was all new coaches that year. I don't know if you knew that. Our whole coaching staff was new. But one thing we had 5 guys that played D1 ball. You say, yeah, Terrence Curry, shout out to TC, gave me an opportunity, was the head coach. He just got hired at Kirkwood. Cliff Young, I don't know if you know Cliff, but Cliff went to Riverview. Coached at Eastside with Son Kid, went to Mizzou, was my host at Mizzou.
Okay.
David Richardson, you know, Michigan State alum. You know what I'm saying? Chris Shannon, the old coordinator, he went to Mizzou. And then, you know, Coach Corey Moe had been there, so he was there. And, you know, we pulled together, and those kids, man, they worked, dog. And I ain't never seen no group of kids work that hard. When I say they work, like, after practice, we in the weight room. They never done that before.
Was there a moment as you was coaching for the first time that made you feel like you had your validation moment?
Yeah. When I think the Eastside Classic, when the kids come to me on the sideline and Coach TC told me to handle it from that point on, it felt more like they brought in to me and I knew, you know, what I hadn't been telling them was false or anything, but they believed in me as much as I believed in them. And from that point on, I told them we ain't gonna never lose. Because they was looking they was looking for me as I was looking for them. Come to what coach had, this is what we see, so we built that bond. I said, I'm good, we ain't gotta win nothing else. As long as y'all be okay and y'all go to college for free, that's all I ask.
So how long were you at Trinity?
I was at Trinity for a year. Then the next year, my son, you know, he was at DeSmet. I ain't see a game because we played the same night. So I took it off just to watch him. But I was still helping Will in the offseason at the V.
Okay.
So, you know, I took that off and I got to watch him, which was all last year. And this year be a senior. My son, they won state last year undefeated. So, honestly, that was the best validation ever, as to see my son get that trophy.
Yeah.
Better than me winning as a coach and a player.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Tucker says you taught him how to read defense.
Oh, no doubt, man. Tucker was a very smart guy, man.
Yeah.
Great talent.
Let's see. Kenny Thompson says, "Man, I remember playing with DJ on NCAA football."
I was just joking about that with somebody.
So what was the deal with that? Like, did they come to y'all and say, "Hey, we're gonna"?
Cut the check. Yeah, they send you that. I mean, you get a check every year in the mail, and then they did the little head thing, but I never went to got tested for that for the concussion protocol and stuff. Who knows? I might got something wrong with that. That might be the cause of it all. You know what I mean? Because I took a couple hits over the years.
And I'm gonna get to that, my next question about that too. Stephen Ross says, "Best time of my life." I guess he referring to coaching.
Takeover.
Take
We
over?
was.
Okay.
If you thought the V was a rock star, like literally, we sold out Herbert Hoover, man.
Wow.
We come 300-400 people. You couldn't park. You got to park at rallies on Grand to come to our game. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna look. We took coach to another level because we gonna dress the whole team. And this was AB rule. If we don't look alike, you don't play. So if you leave a sock at home, you can't play. And they didn't understand. I said, we come over to Coach Irons, man. I say, was that you he sent in there for them black socks that time? Or was that Robert Love?
No, it had to be Love. I don't recall any Black Sox thing.
That was Love, but somebody had on black socks when he told us not to wear them, and he sent them in the locker room.
Yeah.
And we had
that's like a Love.
Yeah. You sick with that
one. Let's see here. T-Bone Funk, he's a regular on our show. Great comments and everything. He says, "I came in late. Question: Since this has been a hot topic, do you think that the scholarships are an acceptable compensation for college athletes compared to paying them directly?"
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Do you think that the scholarships? Excuse me. Do you think that that scholarships are an acceptable compensation?
Acceptable
for college athletes compared to paying them directly?
I don't. I wrote a paper on it my freshman year. My freshman year alone at Michigan State, the school made almost $30 million off of football between the Pearl Bowl deals and jersey sales.
Wow.
And you got 80 players on scholarship. For that 1 year, it was 20,000. You do the math. You know what I'm saying? You making $30 million in 1 year. Yeah, it's cool. We got a scholarship, but we can't leave Michigan but what? 2 weeks out the year. You get a break between school and a week break between school and summer, and then 1 week between both summer sessions. You can't leave, and you can't work. If you work, you lose your scholarship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they wonder why certain athletes get caught robbing or get caught taking money. Everybody's parents don't get it. I was blessed to have 2 parents, a couple uncles, and a whole community to help for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But my parents work hard, but everybody don't got that situation.
Right.
So you making $30 million. That was missed. So imagine what Miami or Oklahoma made that year. They won a national championship. They probably made $56 million. That's 1 year, Fred. So you telling me your $20,000 that you giving me is equal to that? I mean, yeah, I'm getting a free education, but look what all I'm bringing to this university. I'm bringing you a Nike deal. I'm bringing you this. And 90% of the time, your best players ain't going to class because they know they going to the draft.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? It just depends on the kid. Why not compensate them? Then you'll have a lot less people leaving early, doing stupid things. You know what I mean?
Shouts out to Brennan Spain.
Gola, my guy.
Yeah, he was on the show.
Well, I was supposed to go over there. Actually, when I left Trinity, I was supposed to be at Corner.
Wow.
But when my son sat down and had to talk with me, I couldn't do it. And Spain respected it. We go back. Me and Fallon went to kindergarten together. Our families went to the V together, so it's deeper than us to the 70s. Missed his uncle. So, that's still my guy. And we still talk here and there. But, good luck to him this season. And he about to start his journey. He going to be all right. He was over there with Sunkit when they beat us. Right. So, Spain like a little brother.
Yeah. And for those who didn't watch the show with Brendan Spain, he's the new head coach at Cardinal Ritter. When I asked him the question about things that happened that previous year, he said, "Hey, my whole thing is whatever happened back then, and I wasn't there, and I'm gonna get my guys to focus on what's going on now, and leave whatever happened during that year in the past." Like, he was so straightforward, and I always liked his energy, his mannerism, his professionalism. That's always how he's been.
That's how he was raised. He's his daddy all
exactly.
over. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
So,
but go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
We in a time and age where it's gonna be hard to do that because of social media. You're gonna have people that's steady taking shots and steady bringing it up. And everybody joked because they were so successful and what comes with success.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and there's no disregard, BG, good coach, had a lot of talent out here. When certain people view you as cocky, they're going to always take them shots and try to get you while you're down.
Mm-hmm.
But, like I tell people, if you're confident, you're confident. You don't have to be cocky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That man had the right to be cocky.
Alice Williams said you will lose your scholarship if you took a job off campus.
Yeah. Back when I went, you could work no more than 10 hours. Now, in the summer, you could work. But during the school year, you can't work at all. If you get paid for more than 2 hours, you lose your scholarship.
Wow.
They give you a Pell Grant and they expect you to last there for the whole semester.
She says that doesn't seem right.
That's why you got people fighting to pay them.
And especially now that they're doing the whole likeness and everything.
Exactly.
So NCAA is trying to finally get some things right.
Yeah.
But we'll see about that because it still is the NCAA.
Yeah, that's true.
Then T-Bone Funk also says the question came from hearing that outside of the scholarship, Michigan State was unaffordable. So pretty much, if you wasn't a top tier talent, you're gonna have a hard time getting in Michigan State.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
Do you have any ill will towards Michigan State?
No, I can never. That's still my alma mater. That's my school now. Kevin Vickerson was one of my backups at the time. He came a true freshman, ended up on the start, went to the NFL for 10 years. He's back up there, just graduated. So we have a relationship now. Mm-hmm. And I'm getting a relationship with Mel Tucker. I haven't talked to him yet, but I'm supposed to. So we actually talking about me coming back down there and trying to work out because they want a lot of this talent around here.
Okay.
Because they lose. Ohio State's racking up.
Yeah.
Illinois is racking up. Mizzou racking up. And like I told them, that's why y'all losing, man. The teams that are beating y'all are coming here and get it. We got Luther Burden, the kid I was telling you about. He's a sophomore. And Kevin Coleman Jr. They ranked in the nation. Some of the top 2 receivers. They got a chance to be the top 2 receivers in the nation. You know what I'm saying? For us, you got the kid Cam Babb, Ohio State. Jameson and with the Cardinal. He played as a true freshman. Marcus, that played with us at Trinity, played as true freshman at Texas. Isaiah Williams, the quarterback. Illinois. Shamar, the linebacker, he played. You know what I'm saying? So much. Daly, the kid at Texas. Marquise, that went to Vashon, his son at Oklahoma. Marquise Hayes Jr.
Wow. Okay.
He's the starting old lineman. Big Debo, what they call him. Ronnie Perkins from Luther North. Corey Reed got. You got these kids, you know what I'm saying? So it's so much talent that they like, man. And, from one point in time, this was a pipeline for Michigan State. Mm-hmm. You had me, Cooper, Ryan Woods from CBC, David Richardson. And we had some kids, they had built the little thing, so they trying to get back to that. So I can never hold an ill will towards somebody that I could have did a little bit better to made it better myself. So how can I hold them responsible? I'm my own man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got to live with it.
And then it has been over the last couple of years now a black cloud over Michigan State.
It has. And like Dan Antonio, the coach, he was the D-back coach when I was there.
Oh.
So we had best coach ever. He left because he didn't like how they was doing us. He said, listen, I love St. Louis, Ohio. I'm a Midwest guy. I don't feel we have to go to Florida just because they from Florida and let them play.
And that's how I think the new coach from Mizzou, Coach Drinkwitz is. Like, he's changing the game before they even had a first down.
Because you got too much talent here. How are you losing all these kids to Ohio State?
Doesn't make no sense, man.
Listen, all the kids I just named, you played the true freshman. Imagine if they come to Mizzou.
Yeah.
You got Ronnie Perkins. You got Daly at linebacker. Man, you got an all-conference team. These ain't kids just playing. These are stars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's more to come. We getting better and better.
Yeah.
The stuff Eastside got. Come on, man. Like, we a hotbed right now.
And that was going to be my next question. Just the thought of the state of Missouri high school football, and you can add East St. Louis.
Yeah, that's us. That's a part of us. We're the metro area. Yeah. It's different. Man, why do you think they had the opening here last year before? I worked the opening. The same guy was telling about Michigan State had me working D-line drills at the opening. It's usually in Chicago. Or somewhere different. It was her. Rivals was at Eastside. It's talent, man.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And they recognizing it because these guys going to play. After Zeke, I think they really like, hold on, there's something else.
Oh, yeah.
Which has been here, like I said.
Been there, but
you got guys, OG Sunkett and Reed and them been in the game, but like you got the Sterling Fennelys that started off and BG, those quarter with the football U. And even Travis worked their triplet, but we teaching techniques. That's what I'm saying. Like, we learning the game. We can talk football.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can tell you what half a man is, how to pass rush. That's my specialty. Any kid I teach, they know how to use their hands. We've been doing this since they 7. You know what I'm saying? It's a way of life.
Yeah. So you talked about it earlier in college. well, overall, excuse me, in football about concussions.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts right now in the state of the safety of football? Because you know they had the movie out with Will Smith, and then the whole concussion thing got really big. It was a really big issue. You have
This
parents who are concerned about their kids trying to play football. Now, I asked this question to Coach Reed 2 weeks ago, and he was like, "Hey, if the parents feel like that, it's not meant for you to play football."
That's a
But how
touchy
do
one, but Reed, I got a different aspect because my son has had concussion protocols while in Smith. So now I'm forced to look at it as a parent and not as a coach and a former player. As a former player, this the game. This what we do. I love it. It's a part of it. As a parent, hold on, son, bag back. So it's a touchy situation for me, honestly. My son missed maybe his whole. He missed the end of his freshman year. He would have got moved up because of a concussion. Beginning of his junior year, the coach didn't play him because he had concussion protocol in summer camp. You know what I'm saying? But after like the second or third game, we haven't had any, and God willing, we won't. But it's touchy because it can happen.
yeah,
And then after being informed off all this stuff, you see the Aaron Hernandez
right?
documentary. You don't know. So like at the end of the day, yeah, my son, 230-pound linebacker, that's my baby though. You know what I mean? So, ooh,
Are you good?
okay. So it's just difficult. Like I don't know.
So after you had that concussion, was there a moment when you was like, you know what, you're not gonna play no more?
No, because I'm a football player. But I did tell him that the precautions we have to take, we have to make sure we do everything, and I'm not gonna let him go back out there. But fortunately, he's at a school like the Smith where they have a whole medical staff and they take it seriously, and they gonna send him to St. Luke's or wherever to do this and get a CAT scan and do all that before they let him back. So that makes it a little more better. You know what I mean? But hey, son, stop leading with your head. I'm a middle linebacker, dude. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So it's a rebuttal, but
And then we had this talk like 2 weeks ago too with Coach Reed, but it's like football is a violent sport. It
Very,
is what it is.
very.
There's no way to try to have all these safety precaution measures. Once you pretty much assigning not a death wish, but you know what you signed up for when you play football.
oh, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? There's no way Goodell, whoever can try to make these safe little can lead with the head moves.
That's bullcrap.
It's part of the game.
Like, you know me, if anybody, I'm gonna hit you if the quarterback throw, I'm still gonna hit him. You
Yeah.
know me, that's my motto, because that's our passion.
Right.
See, when I played the game, I hit somebody to touch their soul. I ain't hit them just to hit them. If I hit you and I see you that next time, you won't look me in my eye, I done touch your soul, you scared. That's how I played the game. I want to touch your soul. I ain't hitting you for no oohs and I'm trying to touch your soul.
Yeah.
We played Sumner my junior year when I was hitting Big Jack. I was touching his soul. That's how I got recruited.
Yeah.
Off of what Coach Dixon them did, he had every school in America there because he was a big recruit. I had 20 tackles as a defensive tackle. So you know what I'm saying? He ain't want the ball, but that's how you play the game. So we all out here thinking violently anyway. I'm just telling you as a defensive player.
So as a D lineman, were you one of the ones that before play, after play, during a play, you be one of the ones that's talking all mad stuff?
Man, I'm talking before, during, and after. Listen, Coach J, Will was my D-line coach in high school.
Man.
So Coach J gonna tell you.
I can only imagine.
And you know, I know some people gonna take this the wrong way, and I ain't gonna get too explicit, but if I lined up against a guy of a different race or ethnicity, I'd be like, you think you can block an end? If they say, yeah, so I'm an end now. You know, I'm throwing you out. I'm using all this stuff. Hey, man, yeah, we used to show your girl in warm-ups, you know. And some people, you can read a person, man.
Yeah.
Now, some people, Richard Incognito. You ever heard of him?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I played against him when he was at Nebraska. When I was in Michigan
I
State.
didn't
That was
know
our
that.
bowl game.
Okay.
When I say a tough dude,
That dude crazy.
man, that's the only person, him and a center by the name of Brian Nine, the rest of Michigan State, that ever gave me a match that I felt they took my lunch money. You know, but I was fighting Big Incognito, like, you ain't gonna get time, but I'm talking about rough.
Yeah.
And you get some of them, but for the most part, it's all mind game.
Right.
Because I know physically I'm better. But if I can get you mentally, I
That's
own
a
you
wrap.
the whole game.
It's a wrap.
The whole game, man. You can tell a lot by a person eye.
Was there someone while you were playing football that you wanted to hone your game after, or who was like your favorite player?
Warren Sapp, man. Warren Sapp. Nappy braid Sapp. Like, they don't get no better than that. Back then, you know what I'm saying? Sapp and John Randall was like the pinnacle of the game. You know what I'm saying? Reggie White, I used this slap move before his D tackle. Sapp, Reggie, Sapp, Randall, and who else? I used to watch DeMarco Ford because he was with the Rams.
Right,
So
right.
you know what I'm saying. But like Sapp was that dude.
We have some comments here. Smoke asks, is Michigan State coming for your son?
Not right now. I mean, they recruiting, they talking, but we ain't got no solid offers, man. He really ain't got too many big schools right now. He got a couple smalls, but I think he gonna have a breakout year. He ain't never worked so hard for us working out, and I see it in his eyes. So he'll be all right this year.
And what year is he?
He'll senior this year.
Okay. Alice said this has been a really interesting look into the workings of high school and college sports. She got to go to her next online show. She says, take care. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
Smoke says, facts, we gave him the business. Talking about dude from,
yeah. Smoke, no. We posted one, but we ain't going to get into that, Smoke. Oh, man, you going to make me mad, Fred. So you done took me back, man. Dang.
That's what the show's about, man. Hey, full 100, keeping it a buck.
Hey, we had an episode after that game. I ain't gonna lie, man. We finna fight on the bus and everything. It's Dirty fault we lost.
Oh, wow.
Dirty got locked up that morning. He was our starting safety.
Yeah.
And they beat us 13-8. And Jack, the person, I ain't gonna say no names, who was in Dirty's spot, moved to try to catch him from behind instead of hitting him because they didn't want to hit him head on.
Yeah.
And he took off for 92 yards, and they beat us 13-8. We won at 18-6. 8-6. They beat us 13-8.
Smoke says, you told you wish you worked like me.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, I told Smoke that in high school. I think it was maybe a month or two before I went to school. Me and him started working out. We was running first round park. We run the whole park. We started Grand and Natural Bridge, run down to what's that, by the car wash. Is that Lee? No, that ain't Lee. But you know what I'm talking about right there. Run over the castle, run up, and then we run back. And I was keeping up with Smoke. He said, man, you fast. I said, Smoke, if I had your work ethic, I'd be rich. Because you got the will and the want. I don't like working out. I don't. I just like showing up on game day and playing the game.
I'm here, coach. Let's get it in.
And once I got older, I began to grow that work ethic, but I think I had too much of just showing up when the lights on that I got used to that. I went to every workout, but I don't think I gave it all my all.
You was there, but you wasn't there.
Yeah, because I was so much giftedly, how do you say it, more athletically gifted than everybody that I do enough to where I still be better. But when I started working, I was way better. And I saw the difference, but it was too late. You know what I'm saying? Like before my sophomore year, when I worked, I had got down to 285, and I'm doing this and that with everything they asked me. I was unblockable at Michigan State. I'm in the backfield. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if I would have, you know what I mean? First thing popped up, that work ethic. I told Smoke this 12 months ago. You know what I'm saying? And I always respected him for that. Like, dog, you work your butt off. Yeah. It's going to pay off one day. It might not be in sports, but it's going to pay off.
Smoke said, man. Then he said, say it. Yeah, because Smoke right now, he's like a personal trainer and everything. He had a couple of videos that he posted the last couple of days of getting some football high school guys together, getting ready for the season. I know COVID-19 slowed a whole lot of stuff down.
That's what I do, man. Listen, I don't really too much, tape it and broadcast it, but that's what I mean. I got a kid now I'm working with at John Burroughs. He a sophomore. He gonna be nice. Tyson Ford. He a sophomore, about 6'5", 240 DN.
And Smoke just gave me a clue, which I know now who y'all talking about. You say you didn't want to say his name.
Mike Mondane. I'm gonna say it. I still love. I tell him to his face, Mike Mondane. That's who it was.
Shouts out to him. He's doing big things as well.
Oh yeah. Oh man, we laugh and joke about it now, but at that time I told him, man, I wanted
it was it.
They had to break us up. We got each other face. I said, man, I got to go to basketball practice tomorrow because we had a legit shot at going. We might not have won state, but we had all the talent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You had Dre throwing for 300 yards, Walter catching 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. Darrell Clemens at linebacker, smacking stuff.
Walter Baggins was a beast.
Man, he was different. 6'3", running the 4.2 with what, 40-inch vertical?
Right.
Before his time.
Man, it was that vert that got me. I was like, man, that dude gifted.
Donnie Jackson that went to the V. Reggie Mitchell at Michigan State came to our basketball practice after I committed. He said, man, I done been to see Saginaw play, which Chuck Rogers and them played. They had like 3-4 D1 games. He said, they don't practice this hard. He said, Mizzou don't offer none of them little guys that dunk. I said, no. He said, in the state of Michigan, they take a 5'11", 6'1" guard that's athlete. They going to offer him a scholarship to play safety in college. Either he take it or not. They said they done had so many people like that go and make it. Just off of your athleticism. And that's why I revert back to earlier show when I said we had some pros or a state championship walking the hallways of the V Force football.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I tell people we had kids that went to the V. Our gym basketball team probably could have beat y'all real basketball team with the U or Nas. You know what I'm saying? People tall,
Petey.
Yeah, Petey. They don't know about that, but we had so much talent in there.
Mm-hmm.
We had literally probably 20 basketball players that could have played varsity basketball.
Yep. So much talent,
competitive.
Man. Whip84 says you should have been at McClure North coaching my nephew, Trayvon Springfield.
Oh, Will, that's my people. What up, Will?
He says could have used your guidance on and off the field.
Yeah, man. I hate I did that. Me and Will talk about his nephew a lot. Real talented kid, man. They had some talent out there. My boy Shannon was out there, but I just, when you steady changing coaches, man, it's hard, for them kids to believe in them new coaches, man. Like I said, we went through that at Trinity. We had a whole new coaching staff, and they was bucking the system. But you can't buck the system. I done coached you since you was 6. You know what I mean?
You can't fool me.
It's hard. So, but they tried. But we had that common well. I'm going to respect you, and you respect me. See, my thing as a coach, why I think I'm so great, I learned how to coach these kids. You can't coach everybody the same.
No, that's the same thing Coach Reed said too.
And people like, what you mean? Certain people got to, you got to find out what drives that kid. And I learned that from Smoke. Smoke found out what drove me when we worked out. You know what I'm saying? And I always work hard with Smoke, but he knew how to get that out of me.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I think that, to me, personally, was what I didn't like about being under Floyd.
Yeah, because it's his way or the highway.
Because, he had his favorites, the Joe, the Jesse, the whole nine. I feel like if he would have been able to find a way to push me differently than how he did at the time, I probably would have been, the love of the game for me wouldn't have changed.
I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell me if you remember. I tell people all the time, they call me a lie. I say, if I go open gym, I take Fred and B.J. Jackson before I take Joe and Jesse Aiken. What you mean? I say, when we go open, they going at them. But when Coach come in, they game kind of changed. And people don't believe. I said, man, Fred Saunders and B.J. Jackson over Jesse and Joe. They thinking, but they gonna get buckets with them. People never believe me to this day.
And shouts out to BJ, man.
Yeah, BJ, my
man,
guy.
cool,
yeah,
man
BJ
cool.
BJ always did here, and he was just another guy like you that was brought up as a youngster and was just like, I don't think he didn't get his chance. And then it was so much talent at that position,
right,
that they didn't give him a chance to get a chance.
And like I always played shooting guard / small forward. He wanted me to play point guard.
Right.
That took me out of
your element. Your comfort level.
You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it wasn't an emphasis on how can I light this fire and have him produce. I was more so like pretty much playing on what do you call it, the trash, whatever, squad, whatever. Yeah. And I knew my work was bigger and better than that. Yeah. People was like, man, how come you ain't playing? How come you ain't getting the clock? And you got one of the coldest jump, whatever. And that was the only regret was, just me not being able to have being pushed
but
to
see, Coach Owen brought it out of you.
Exactly.
Though. And I ain't gonna lie, man. Sophomore year, Fred coming out dunking. I said, "Oh my God, ready?
Hey, dude, summertime.
Went to the weight room.
Dude, summertime. I was there. Hey, I was telling people. I said, man, that was like the best I felt body wise. Yeah. Every day I was in that workout room.
Yeah, you had me coming there.
Doing
I gotta
it.
Start dunking like that.
So it was like, I don't know. I think we had like a practice or something like that.
Man, I remember. This is what I'm finna tell you. We was in there the leg prep. We had the summer league.
Yeah.
Remember, we had 2 teams in the summer league. You came down to one. Bow, easy. I said, wow.
Yeah.
Got me to the point I tried to take off the nets. I don't know if you remember, but yeah, I remember that vividly because we had on them Converse Reacts. I remember. You dunked that thing easy, Fred. I'm like, yeah, Fred, ready. He got the jumper and he dunking now.
Hey, I'm telling you, when school started and like once it got warm outside, I started wearing like wife beaters at school. I'm like,
alter ego, baby.
I'm like, man, they can't tell me nothing. Hey, I was cut. I mean, I felt that was the best I felt body wise because I knew I was ready.
Right.
But then, like I said, going back to the season, because I think that was when Jimmy and them start
It was
came.
Jimmy freshman, Jimmy, Boom,
Right.
Nick, yeah.
All them. So, like I said,
Then we had Dre.
right.
Donnie.
So it was still like there really wasn't room for me to really be me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was the part that sucked because I had so many people supporting me, like, we trying to see you do your thing.
Right, right.
But I couldn't really get into that comfort level playing because it was, Joe Mania was going on.
Then he wants you to play point. You got Jesse, then
Right,
Alvin come in.
Right.
Like,
And Joe wasn't going to ever play point.
oh, no.
Hell no.
He shoot from churches.
Hey, he
shoot from churches.
He was like Jordan was in Game 6 in Utah. Like, come on, Scotty, where you at?
Man,
Come on,
like
come on
Goonie,
here.
Like Goonie always say, Joe come in and shoot from churches. The parking lot, Joe.
Once again, the Platform Sports Talk Show. Your boy Smooth. Special guest we have.
Dwight Whitfield.
There it is. Having a good time, chopping it up. Shouts out to everyone who's been commenting throughout the whole show. Great time. I appreciate everybody. Let's see if we got any more comments going on real quick. Okay, here we go. Spain says here, I'm tuned in, family. Michael, he says Michael number 15. Hey man, this dude sick. He has a number.
I gotta know that, go.
He got the number and everything.
Hey, Spain, sick for that one, man.
Oh man, let me see.
Man, that's a classic.
He says, cut that out, DJ. I used to kill smoke.
Lay down, go.
Andre Tucker, Spain says, Andre Tucker, your junior year, you were scared of outlaw. Ooh.
Yeah, man, that was personal. Listen.
Ooh.
Hey, listen. Dre Tucker, we had a luncheon. I know everybody dressed up. Coach Dixon gonna give cleanest dress $20. So, I don't know if you remember, everybody came with their little outfits. They dressed up. We went, they had a little lunch for spaghetti, fish, everything. Everybody, the captains got up and talked. And Dre got up and he was like, man, I ain't never beat this dude since 3rd grade. 2 square, he beat me in this, he beat me in that. And he started crying. And I just heard somebody say, man, this Negro's scared. And like, from that point, like, half of the team thought he was scared. So, I don't know if you remember when we played him, it was a pass. Dre supposed to throw a slant. Outlaw intercepted at the end. They like, man, Dre point shading for them. He's scared.
Oh.
And, a lot of the team felt he was scared. And, he probably had a little fear in him because, like he say, athletically, this guy dominated him ever since he was in the 2nd grade. You know what I'm saying? But you got some guys with you that got your back, Dre. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Smoke saying, LOL, Spain, don't do it. See, right now I'm waiting on a response from
Dre.
Yeah,
you got to. Ooh, my bad.
Here we go. All right. My bad, y'all. Sorry about that. Looks like we had the dominant guy knocking the set a little bit.
I thought I saw Big Jack from Sumner. I was going to tackle him. My bad, John.
All right. So, yeah, sorry about that. We had to get everything back together, so it'll be good. And we want to go ahead and cover everything back up. We just waiting to hear what the rebuttal from Dre from what Spain said. So, Dre, you got a rebuttal.
Speak your truth.
Speak
man.
your truth right now. Speak your truth right now. All right, let's see here. Smoke says, great show tonight. Appreciate it. No, we ain't done. We ain't done. We far from being done.
Started, man.
Let's go back to something else here. I want to make sure I cover everything. Spain. Thanks, Calvin. We got together now. Check the audio. Can't hear. We got together now, though. Stay with us, y'all. We ain't going nowhere. The Platform Sports Talk Show. Chip C.
That's my guy, Donald Cadley, cornerback coach at Chaminade.
All right, he says, good conversation and stories. Keep up the good work. Take over. Audio went out. But we back on. Be good to go.
Coach Cat.
There we go. Once again, thanks for tuning in, y'all. And once again, with the comments, it's all about interacting with y'all. That makes the show even better. Make sure y'all follow us. Follow the Platform Sports Talk Show on all the networks. I'll leave the information on the screen before we end this show.
Tell them ask some real questions. We ain't ducking no smoke, man.
Oh, yeah. Ask them real questions, huh? Keeping it 100 right here on the show. So, here we go. We got a rebuttal.
Okay.
Tucker says, I wasn't scared. I just couldn't beat him.
That's what I said, though, right?
Yeah.
But I think everybody take him as crying, but, think, if somebody's dominating you your whole life, you want it so bad you want to win. But as a bunch of kids at the V, this nigga scary. Excuse my friend. That's what we think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we finna go to war with you.
Right. We got your back still.
Yeah, no doubt.
We got
and
your back.
I think he felt that, but I felt him because he never beat the guy. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, when you rolling with some guys that's always been this guy that's been beating somebody, we don't want to hear that.
Did y'all have any, I don't want to call it like hazing, but, to freshmen, sophomores that came on, whatever, y'all had any pranks?
At the V?
Yeah.
No, not really, man. We was, because about that time, my senior year, we was trying to play some football. I wasn't with all that. I went through that at Country Day. I bucked the system. I'm not doing that. They try to cut my hair, but I ain't with all that. I come to play football. Even in college, I didn't go for that. Because you hear over the years how some people take hazing too serious. Yeah. And there's always the guys that's on the team but ain't getting in the game. You know what I'm saying? Tradition is tradition, and hazing is a different thing. But, you make the freshmen get the water bottle, stuff like that, clean up the field, but we weren't really into that. Nah.
Smoke says, I still hold the record for tackles in a game. 30 tackles. 30 solo
School
tackles.
of the Blind? What, Herbert Hoover? I wasn't there for that one, home.
Smoke rebuttal. Tucker says, rest in peace, Outlaw.
Hey, on me, rest in peace. Outlaw ended up going to Lincoln. Me and Outlaw ended up having a relationship after that. We was pretty cool, man. He was a good brother, gone too soon, man.
Smoke says, we had his back in regards to Tucker, so definitely, man.
Man, where you had them 30 tackles? Was that when we was playing Killer Man back in '89?
Right.
On Palm, man. Smoke from Palm.
He knows something, huh?
Yeah.
But no, for people who didn't hear us earlier because of the audio issue, he said, ask Spain. Let's see if Spain says, okay, against Normandy, Smoke was fired. That's what Spain said.
He ain't had no 30 tackles. He might have got tackled 30 times. I ain't hear about no 30, Holmes. Y'all gotta, I'm finna Google that. What's that, stats.com?
Did you ever play offense at the V? Football?
I played offensive guard and fullback.
Okay.
But my thing, after my sophomore year at Country Day, I ain't blocking for nobody. Hand me the ball. I got to play offense. But I played because it was the best thing for the team.
Yeah, Spain said Normandy Smoke was on fire. And was that during the time, what's the name, Lawrence?
Maroney was a freshman.
Okay.
But, we all go back to Herbert Hoover. Me, Smoke, Spain. Maroney played with my coach, James Cooper. You know what I'm saying? So that was a little kind of like a Herbert Hoover thing amongst us. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Got an interesting question here. With you now being a coach of these times now with kids,
Okay.
politics around high school athletes.
My view on it,
Yeah,
for their perspective or our perspective.
both.
Excuse me.
And I want to say that because a few months ago we had Trey Porter on.
Right.
He was at the Roosevelt, changed the whole school football team around, but he got pretty much canned for what they say he was abusing social media. And he told me his story. He told us his story, in which he came from a rural town out there in
Eight-time Missouri.
yeah, and out there, it's a small community. Everyone's like, if they don't know your name, it ain't right.
Right.
So he brought that same kind of vibe to St. Louis,
Right.
to Roosevelt, and I think they saw the success that he was having within that year, and then trying to pin the stuff on the whole social media thing.
Yeah.
Saying he was doing too much, on social media.
Like,
But to me, it looked like he was looking out for the kids because he know how it is in the city and the dangers of, neighborhood. He just want to be that
but
father
do
figure.
he really know? Do he really know how it is in the city coming from a rural area?
I mean, just doing that
No,
time.
this is not. I'm just saying
Oh,
this
okay.
is probably the perspective that I'm thinking they may have had.
Okay.
I really don't know. Like,
Right.
I know him from football and a little. I've never had any bad dealings with him, but my thing when I heard that it had to be bigger than what they said it was. It's something we don't know about because I don't see that happening. But I can't speak on that. You know what I'm saying? So one thing I've learned, and I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes, when us as St. Louis people, especially PHL people, feel an outsider is trying to do something and you're not a part of this, they feel threatened. And that's just being honest.
Yeah.
And there's no knock on Trey. Like, everything I ever heard about him was great. But it had to be bigger than that social media thing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. Who am I? But after seeing stuff that's going on in the world, is always an underlying issue. Before as politics with kids, I think we're in a day of age where you have to be you and speak your mind in whatever you believe in. So if you feel you want to use that platform to talk on politics or speak on politics or do that, I think you have every right. As a coach, I think it's our job to educate the kids on the do's and don'ts and like our political beliefs. Like right now, I got a kid, MJ Anderson, nephew, and Devion from Luther North. I don't know if Reed talked about him. He's
he
in
did.
Minnesota. That's my
Yeah.
nephew. That's one of my best friend's sons.
Okay.
And MJ Anderson from CBC, they both up there. And they got a freshman up there, Octavius Brown from Luther North. And I told him, I say, they in Minnesota. I said, all y'all are 6'5", 260-pound plus African Americans. You're a threat. You might not think it. So y'all can't go to everything with the march because they was thinking about it. I said, you have to be smart because you're actually where it take place. And you're a big guy and you're African Americans, you're a threat to them. And they didn't understand that. So I broke it down like, you see what's going on? If they feel you're a threat even though you're not, they take it one other way. And you physically, so it's going to take more than one person to get you down. And if they get you in that, you're going to fight back. And that's where it goes wrong. So whatever y'all can do to help the cause, help it, but I don't think you should be front line. And that's just my opinion. You know, some people felt how they felt after I talked to him, he said, but, you know, that was my opinion you asked me for. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, being an athlete, I done been in a party at Michigan State where something pumped out, and they come looking straight for the football player because we big. They said it was a big African-American. They come straight over here to the big guys when there's a guy that's just 6'5", 340 that's a engineering major. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so it's a touchy situation, but you have to be you no matter what. Because if you're not, you cheating yourself and we cheating the world. Going back to what God want us to do. He didn't want me to go pro. This is what he want me to do. So if he wants you to be, you know, in that field or speak on that and you feel it, do it. But it's a right way and a wrong way.
Right. Smoke says he believed it was personal.
See what I say?
Yep. And I feel the same way because he's too caring for his kids, man. Like he really wants them to just be safe. If you need a ride, something he want to make sure that you're taken care of. You know, something that is lacking, that has been lacking for a long time in our community. Do you also think, because from what I'm seeing, back then you had those, you know, those schools, the white schools, who were dominating so bad, you know, winning state championships. But now you start seeing so much of an influx of these CBCs you seeing, more urban,
Yeah, well,
the trannies,
because there's no more DSEG, and the parents don't want to go to the public school, so they're sending them private. And then is these coaches can recruit without recruiting. I can show up to this game and have an open house. I can do it. They don't have this for public schools. What is your draw for a kid to come to Vashon? Vashon created all us, and we all good. Like right now, Principal Vashon is who? Do you know? Brenda.
Is she?
Brenda Smith, right?
Okay.
She graduated up under us. It's all people that we went to school with,
didn't know
so
that.
they getting them back in there, and maybe we could take it back to the old days where the PHL was the PHL. But right now, everybody want to see their son go to a private school where they can succeed, and that's been actually the formula. If you look over the years to all the great high school and college football players, they go to small private schools and dominate. But who gave us the formula? Who gave it to us? Zeke Elliott. He did what he did at Burroughs and went to Ohio State and went pro. So everybody said, guess what? We going to try this too. And it's working for the majority of them. But it's been here. The talent been here.
Been there.
But it's more coaching now with that time. So we think it's the school. It ain't the school. Because I guarantee you, Reed getting most of his kids in the school because he built a relationship with them college coaches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So no matter where you go, you're going to have that relationship.
Let's see if we got any more comments here. Keep them comments coming, y'all. Appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. Been a great show with my boy DJ. So we had it for a short time and it left again. Your thoughts of the XFL at the time that we had it?
It was great. I enjoyed it, especially when we had a winning team. And then it was real football.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a football fan, so I can sit here and watch the D-tackle and O-lineman go at it and linebacker. It ain't staged. Like the old XFL was a little too much comedy and wrestling because of Vince, I believe.
Right.
But it was real good football, man. And I think they did it right. Not too many teams they did saturate it, and it was good people that was trying to make it. I loved it.
It sounds like they are trying to get it back.
Yeah.
And McMahon wants to actually. I know it was his baby, but I don't think that he had full control.
Right.
Now he wants to get that. So St. Louis and Seattle so far have been two teams that they have been notifying that we want to renew the lease at each home stadium.
Right.
I think the XFL, which once again, as you said before, it was great, especially here in St. Louis because we knew how much we missed professional football. We may not have been in the NFL, but it was still something, and we were right behind. Like we were 1 week away from having the second tier or top tier open up. Be the only team to ever have the whole
in the
dome.
XFL.
And I'm pretty sure we probably would have sold that thing out.
Did you? Did you go downtown doing any of that?
So we had our commercial shoot.
Right, I saw that.
We did their very last home game was against the Seattle team.
Yeah.
And that's the time that we did our video shoot.
Okay.
Great time.
Man, the game before that, I was downtown. I actually was going to take a friend somewhere. I just hear people walking around, caw, and I'm like, man, what? They like, that's the battle hall.
Right.
And we all the way down at the Lost right there across from the bowling alley. They was out there barbecuing, tailgating.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, man, let me see what they doing. And I said, man, it feel like football back. And I drove down by the stadium. I'm like, man, I've been watching it on TV, but to actually see everything that was going on, like, they missed this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that we got to drive to Kansas City to see a professional football game, man. We got to do something, NBA football or something. I'm tired of driving to Memphis.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Give us all that. And
That's
then
a whole
now
nother
we got
story.
MLS coming.
Yeah.
Chip C says kids know how to be a student athlete now.
That's facts.
Yeah.
But that's facts. And that's a big part of it. But once again, you got the failures or what not to do from people that didn't do it telling them. And it's more, ain't nothing wrong with that now. Back then, you was a student, you was a nerd. Now it's more, you was a student athlete. Back then, oh, that nerd. Yeah, we went through it. Like I said, we was in college prep. Oh, y'all the smart people. No, we not. We just like y'all, you know what I'm saying? But it's so many of y'all that's not doing what we supposed to do that it's not the norm. But whereas now it is the norm.
Let's see here. Smoke says we have to be on together all the. Okay, he's talking about we have to have everybody from the VR on the show. Hey, no problem with me,
Hey, that's
man.
big. I'm with it, man. I love to come back. I like this because we just talking. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? It ain't we talking what
just
we
shoot the
know. Shooting the
breeze, man.
breeze,
Hey, I
man.
got plenty of room. Get Tucker, get Spain, Smoke, DJ.
I had a
Hey,
question for you
make
though.
it happen.
Did you hear the Skip Bayless and Shannon when he was telling his story earlier about when they were talking about the racial equality and stuff, how he was brought up by a black woman?
Yep, I
How you
saw
feel
that.
about that?
I ain't surprised.
Me neither, but it makes sense now, don't it?
Oh yeah.
Because he's cautious to everything.
Oh yeah,
You
he
know what I'm
is.
saying?
You would you would think that he's a white man. He's a black man in a white man's body.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense. And I said it to say because everybody asks me how I feel about the Drew Brees and this and that. It don't surprise me. Why is it surprising us still?
Because especially if you are really not fully educated
You're
on
not,
everything,
yeah.
and I'm glad you brought that up because that was gonna be my last question.
Oh my bad.
Well,
I don't mean to jump on your
no,
thing.
hey, I love it. I love it. Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Drew Brees just showed how uneducated he was.
Yeah.
You know, in regards to the whole, everyone has this misconception of Colin Kaepernick taking a knee. You know what I'm saying? He was told by someone from the military, from the service.
Yeah.
It doesn't get no better than that. Like, hey, it would be worse if you just sit down on the bench doing the anthem. But if you take a knee, that'll look better.
Yeah.
But everybody else took it as, oh, he's been disrespectful.
But how?
How?
I don't get that.
And especially when it wasn't nothing to do with America.
Nothing. And that's
Nothing
the
to do
whole
with
point.
it. And now we're glad that we're starting seeing these changes, but it shouldn't have to be because of a black man having a knee to his neck and saying I can't breathe again. For things to change. That's the issue, is that why do we have to keep on being the victims of such hate? When have you seen a situation in which a white guy was killed due to a hate crime from us? You don't see that.
Because that's not us. That's not who we are. That's not how we was brought up. This is taught. This is all goes back to their ancestors. Man.
Yeah.
This is how they families was raised.
Yep.
But for me going to a MICDS and going off to college, you see this. I read people well.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I played against Drew Brees as a freshman. We was the only team in the Big Ten to beat Drew Brees his senior year.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? They still went to the Rose Bowl, but just his arrogance after the game or how he was, it didn't surprise me. Not to say he was a bad person. We beat him. I don't care. We're still going to the Rose Bowls. F off, guys. Man, you going to respect us. We just whooped your way. As a sport, that's sportsmanship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like Isaiah and them walking off on Mike. Oh, man. Mike got that, he hold that grudge to this day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, respect us, dog. We all, you know what I'm saying? That's the game of sportsmanship, man. After the game, no matter the rival, you respect each other. Just like with us, when Beaumont was our rival. We was, you know how we was in high school, but after the game, it's all love. The border war with Eastside, we going at it. D Miles come kick it with us after that. That's what real athletes of sportsmanship is.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that, you all the way off to me. I'm cool with everybody until you show me that certain side of you. I won't mess with you.
Going back to earlier about our conversations with Smoke making the 30 tackles in the game. Brandon Spain said Smoke made all the tackles. Shouts out to my boy Lee Sesson. Remember him from high school?
Come on, man. Baseball karate Luke Kane. Come on, man.
Shouts out to you, Lee. Got to get you on the show as well. Let's see here. Let me see if I can see. Okay, so Smoke says, I wish I could have went to Michigan State with you to help you stay grounded. He says, I'm proud of you, big bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Love you.
I love you too. I don't know if you remember. I told you that in Spruce at the Athletic Award banquet, and I meant that.
Spruce.
You know what I'm saying? I senior year, me and Spoke share Athlete of the Year. And other people felt some type of way. They felt I should have just got it. I was happy to share it with Smoke. They don't know I've been knowing Smoke since we 8. I know his real story. You see what I'm saying? So to see what he overcame and to become the man he is, I love you too, bro, and I wish you the came too. But we take our different paths to meet up at the end.
Yeah. Let me see if we have any more comments here. Yep. That's pretty much it for right now. Once again, thank y'all for all the comments, all the interaction. We definitely love it. But yeah, once again, you would think with Drew Brees playing for a team like New Orleans that he would have got it.
But how? Because listen, I'm going to break this down. I'm a white quarterback, Big Ten All American, first round draft pick. I brought this city a championship. I come to the practice facility in the game, and I'm back in my bubble.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I might come to this event and that fundraiser, but for the most part, I'm in my bubble. I'm not in. I'm not on Bourbon Street.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the rural area. They don't be in that
Right.
atmosphere to really understand it, and you won't until you go there. But on the flip side, that you say that it is crazy because you would think that Malcolm Jenkins would let him know because he's one of the most influential guys in the NFL that talks about social injustice and all that. So you would kind of think that he would piggyback off of something that his teammate is saying. But that goes back to they in their bubble, and excuse my friend, it's called white privilege. That's what we call it.
Yeah.
I see it at work every day, and I'm sure other people do too, because this I'm entitled to that. You know what I'm saying? And how we still thinking like that? It's 2020.
Right.
Like really?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have a hatred, racist bone in our body.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy, man. Like it's really crazy.
It really is.
Because I'm a father of two, 18 and a 16-year-old black men with
Man.
their own cars. So I had to explain to them. My
Yeah.
son, 16-year-old, coming home from out at one of the games at the Smith for COVID. You know, he my daddy Cadillac, new Cadillac. He get pulled over. And he nervous as heck. Just, yes sir, no sir. That's all you can say. Stay on speakerphone with him. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, he had a cop that ended up knowing my mom from back, and she let him go. You know what I'm saying? But just that instant, like I explained to you, it could have went left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to remind yourself who you are. And we was brought up to be respectful anyway. But I don't feel that you have to be over respectful because of the color of our skin
Mm-hmm.
or extra cautious. It shouldn't be like that
No,
in
it shouldn't.
2020.
No.
What did we fight for? What did our ancestors fight for? What did all this happen for us to do the same things? Like we backtracking.
And like you said, ancestors and everything. Pretty much just us as black people. We tired.
Yeah. And if we don't stand, who will?
Right.
We gonna keep taking this?
Right.
Like I said, it don't surprise me. That don't mean I should agree with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But don't nothing surprise me no more. And it shouldn't be like that.
All right, man. Well, it's been a great show, man.
For sure. Hey, I had fun. I thought we was just getting started.
Great show. So our next segment, this is called the final say. If you just want to get something off your chest, it's sports related or not, just to give someone a nice lasting message before you leave, man.
Man,
The floor is yours.
I just want to say to everybody, young black men especially, but I'm talking to everybody, stay positive and don't let nobody write your story. You write your own story. Be your own leader. Don't follow nobody. You came in the world by yourself. You're going to leave by yourself. So why not, when you're in the world, be yourself, and hopefully you have people to follow you in a good direction. And always stay positive. That's all I like to say. Positive things, man. You know what I'm saying? Use your resources. Stay positive.
There it is. And I'm going to say George Floyd died because he was a black man. There was recently a retired officer who was killed at Lalise Pond and Jury after people who were supposed to be protesting, but actually there was looting. But this man died because of ignorance. George Floyd died because he was a black man. The retired officer died because of ignorance and for a TV. We still have to work on ourselves too.
Yeah.
You know, we know that there's an issue with racism. But at the same token, protesters protest. Protesters should not be looters. We need to stop robbing our own selves and taking lives all because you just want a TV. We have to be smarter than that. We, as a culture, we got this whole TikTok thing. We got this.
Yeah.
We can do so much with what we have, with our creativity, just as a culture itself.
Man.
Use that for the better good.
And we have the platforms for it.
We got it.
Like right now, how we reaching out to people, you take your talent and use the platform, man.
Yep.
Like, there's no reason for you not to succeed or get your message across in these times and days.
And that's why this show is called what it is called, the Platform Sports Talk Show. It gives people the opportunity to get their story out. For those who needs a little inspiration, someone who could be in your shoes,
Right.
you know, they can see their story and be like, man, that's what I needed to see that, you know, that's what this show is about.
I wish we could have spoke on that historical black colleges a little bit.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Feel free.
I went to Pine Bluff, so I went to a predominantly D1 Power 5 school, and I went to a historical black college. I went to Arkansas Pine Bluff. But if you get those kids in Pine, we were talking about Mikey. He's number 3 kid in the class. I don't know if you know DJ Wagner, number 1. That's DeWine Wagner's son.
Okay.
But if you get them there, how much that would do for us? Because when you're at a HBCU, they want to see you succeed.
Right.
When I was at Michigan State, they didn't care. I was a number. But when I went to the HBCU, man, the classes were small and people wanted to see you succeed. So if they get those resources, it'd be a big difference. But for sports, it wasn't no motivation. Arkansas Pine Bluff facility looked just like the V-weight room. No lie. Same size, everything. But you steady producing pros. Courtney Van Bruin came out when I was there, went to the Chargers, went to Ladue. You know what I'm saying? He in politics. You know, he very well-round, educated brother, but you have so much talent here, so if they can get the resource, that'll be huge, man.
Yeah.
Because them people down there, like I say, there was none but Southern love at Pine Bluff. Even when we went to other schools like your LSUs and Southern, it was love, man. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was all about us and positivity.
Right.
So if we doing that with no help, man, you get these kids to go there, Nike, all of them, they going to be knocking at the door.
Right there.
But guess what? Now we're going to be more powerful than they want us to be.
Right.
We control our own destiny. We ain't got to worry about y'all paying. We got our own. They don't want that. But it takes for us to do it as one. You know what I'm saying? If that boy and them class, I don't mean to call him a boy, but if Mikey Williams don't do that, that's going to change the game.
Change the game.
Change the game, dog. What else could you want?
Man, that would be a beautiful thing.
We changed the game where you got Carl Reed, whole black staff at North, Trinity, all black. That's changing the game at the high school level. Once we realize how strong we are as one, we can't be stopped. That's a fact. That's why they always throw plots in to stop it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It's real.
Mikey Williams, man, changed the game.
Well, I can tell you, do you, young brother. Do you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll be a supporter. You know what I mean? Just as far as you get, just buying the apparel, how much money they like back in the days when people was wearing the black colleges and the Howards. Remember, but I don't know if they got something off of that, but I'm pretty sure that was resourceful.
Right.
And that's when you had your Puffies, and Howards and stuff, probably because of that. You know what I'm saying? Your Morgan States. Because they was getting money back from that. Now, imagine you getting these athletes, that's more money you get for the university. Think what I say, $30 million in 1 year. If a black school bring in $10 million, just 10. We ain't even a third of that. If they bring in $3 million off athletics, because what you get when you go to an all-black school now, they takes the games against your Oklahomas. That's called a payday game. I don't know if you know this. If you're a D1 AA school, you play a D1A school the first 3 games of the season, they might give you $800,000 to come down there. Because they're going to make that back in one game just off the stadium.
Right.
Miss East Lansing, we said $64,000. A beer, $10. You do the math. Your cheapest ticket, $30, $40. Plus concession. You know what I'm saying? So they paying you to come up there and lose because you don't have that many athletes and they know they're going to beat you. But if you got these athletes now, you get these TV contracts. You don't have to go do that. They're going to have to pay you now. It's deeper than we think it is. You know what I'm saying? We just thinking these kids going to this and that. Man, this is a business. We control the narrative if we do that.
Smoke says we should send all of our kids to the HBCUs.
Hey, I agree. But at the same time, we have to have all the ducks in a row or we're going to get that same platform.
Right.
Because you got to think, you got the Big Ten, they just signed 10-year lucrative deals.
Right.
So they obligated still to play that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure if they ain't got no talent, they ain't going to keep playing that on ABC. Or they going to play them games against your Southerns and your LSU. So we control the narrative at the end of the day.
Yep, you control the narrative. And as you said before,